Hello students, good morning. In last two lectures we have seen the unit natural products. Just we revise some points for 5 minutes. The first point was what are the natural products? The products which are obtained from natural source. Which are natural sources? The plants and animals. The products obtained from the natural source, these are known as natural products. The second point is types of natural products. Which are two major types of natural products? First type is terpenoids and second type is alkaloids. The natural products include a variety of both simple and complex organic molecules, and these are known to mankind even before prehistoric days. We have discussed two types, terpenoids and alkaloids. Only first type, terpenoids, we have started. What are terpenoids? The terpenoids are hydrocarbons. Means what is the name given to hydrocarbon? That is terpenes. Terpenoids are the organic compounds which are also known as terpenes, and their oxygenated, dehydrogenated, halogenated derivatives which contain the molecular formula C5H8 (N). These compounds are known as terpenoids. Where the terpenoids occur? The terpenoids occur in the number of examples I have given. That is the flowers, for example, rose flower, lavender flower, sandalwood, means sandalwood oil, khus oil, musk oil. In all these compounds, what is the similarity? All these substances possess a pleasant smell. They possess a sweet smell. These are all pleasant smelling compounds or aromatic compounds which give the pleasant aroma. This aroma or this pleasant smell is due to presence of terpenoids present in it. Due to the presence of terpenoids. Means this is one characteristic property of the terpenoid, that is these compounds are pleasant smelling compounds or they possess the sweet smell. These are terpenes, means hydrocarbons, and we have said that these are oxygenated derivatives. Means what type of derivatives are present? In terpenoids, oxygenated means which contain oxygen. Which are the functional groups containing oxygen? For example, aldehydes, ketones, esters, ethers, alcohols, all these functional groups contain oxygen. These are all oxygenated derivatives. Okay. Now one important thing means in the definition of terpenoid, we have to mention the molecular formula of the terpenoid. The molecular formula is C5H8 (N). C5H8 means this is the molecular formula of isoprene unit. As there is C5H8 (N) means there are number of isoprene units. And very important thing is in terpenoid at least there should be 2 isoprene units. Some contain 2 isoprene units or more than 2 isoprene units, means there are multiple of isoprene units. Hence, another name is given to terpenoid, that the terpenoids are also known as isoprenoids because they contain the multiple of isoprene units. C5H8 (N). Next point we have seen what is isoprene rule. The isoprene rule, as the rule includes the term isoprene, means it indicates or it states that 2 isoprene units are linked together through head to tail linkage. Means it explains about the linkage between 2 isoprene units. Head to tail linkage means The head of one isoprene unit or tail of one isoprene unit is attached with the head of second isoprene unit. Tail of second isoprene unit is linked with head of third isoprene unit. This is known as head to tail linkage, and this is itself is known as isoprene rule. Means it explains the linkage between two isoprene units present in the terpenoid molecule. This is known as the isoprene rule. Another point is there is one exception for this isoprene rule. Which is the exception? One exception is carotenoids, means the terpenoid which is present in carrot. That is, for example, beta carotene. It doesn't possess or it doesn't obey isoprene rule. Means it doesn't show the head to tail linkage because each isoprene unit possesses these two parts. One is head, another is tail. Head means the carbon atom, double bonded carbon atom to which methyl group is attached. That part is known as head. And another end where there is no methyl group but only carbon-carbon double bond is present. That is known as the tail of isoprene unit. And head to tail linkage, this is explained in this isoprene rule. And the exception is beta carotene. Sources of terpenoids. Where the terpenoids found? The terpenoids are found as these are natural products, and the main source of terpenoid is higher plants. In these plants, means in plant organs, the terpenoids are synthesized and stored. For example, plant root, stem, leaves, flowers, also fruits, gums and resins. Gums and resin, these are also the exudate of the plant where the terpenoids are synthesized and stored. These are sources of terpenoids. And the very important point we have seen, that is classification of terpenoids. On which factor terpenoids depends? Classification depends. The classification of terpenoids depends upon the number of isoprene units. What is the number of isoprene units, or how isoprene unit? Based upon number of isoprene unit, there are different classes. How many isoprene units are present in that structure of terpenoid? These different classes are monoterpenoid, sesquiterpenoids, diterpenoids, triterpenoids, tetraterpenoids and polyterpenoids. Monoterpenoid means this prefix mono does not refer to number 1, but there is one molecule of terpenoid and number of isoprene units are 2. The sesquiterpenoids means number of isoprene units are 3, means number of carbon atom is 15. In the same way, diterpenoid means there are 2 terpenoid molecules where each terpenoid contains 2 isoprene units. In this way, the complete structure of terpenoid contains 4 isoprene units. That is known as diterpenoid. Triterpenoid, in this way, the number of carbon atom goes on increasing, number of isoprene units goes on increasing. Polyterpenoids, the term prefix poly means there are infinite number of isoprene units present, which are linked together through head to tail linkage or head to tail manner. The best example of polyterpenoid is rubber. The examples of monoterpenoid, camphor, citral. The example of diterpenoid, it is phytol, vitamin A. Example of sesquiterpenoids, gingiberine, which is present in ginger. Hence the name is given gingiberine. Example of triterpenoid, that is squalene, which is available in fish oil. Tetraterpenoid, beta carotene, that is present in carrot. In this way, remember 1 or 2 examples of each and every type or class. This we have seen in last 2 lectures. Now let us see one of the isolation method of terpenoid, that is steam distillation. The first method, solvent extraction. I have posted the clip for solvent extraction. Now do you follow all these steps which are involved in solvent extraction method. Which type of solvent is used, what are the conditions for that solvent, how these are selected, which are the examples of those solvents which we can use in solvent extraction, which apparatus is used for the extraction process, and how these are removed, how two layers are separated by using that separating funnel. That method is known as solvent extraction method, means which depends upon their property. Which property? Solubility in two different solvents. In one solvent, that compound means terpenoid is insoluble. In another solvent, that terpenoid is soluble, means depending upon the solubility. The terpenoids we can separate by using the solvent extraction. Now let us see the second method, steam distillation method. You know very well the difference between simple distillation method and steam distillation method. The distillation, the principle is the components are separated from the mixture based upon their volatility or based upon their difference in boiling points. In simple distillation method, the reaction mixture or plant material, it is heated directly by the heating source, while in steam distillation method, the plant material is heated with the help of hot steam. Let us see in detail what is the steam distillation, which are the steps involved in steam distillation method. Steam distillation method. This method of separation of mixture is based upon differences in their volatilities, means their boiling points. The components in a mixture, these are vaporized by bubbling the steam through it, and then it is cooled by the action of cold water, means by using the condenser, that is cooling system. Steam distillation is the most common way to extract the essential oil from the plant. This is the most popular method which is used for extraction of essential oil. The steps involved in this steam distillation method, these are very simple and easy to remember. During this process, the plant material, it is soaked in water, means it is allowed to dip in water and for several hours, means for softness. This is done for the softness of the plant material, means it may be plant root, stems, leaves or flowers. After soaking in water, this plant material is kept in steel container or steel pan, or in the, if it is taking place in laboratory, it is taken in round bottom flask. Then the steam is allowed to pass or to bubble into that crushed plant material and soaked plant material. The combination of this heated steam and gentle pressure, it causes the essential oil to be released from microscopic protective sacs. Last time I have told that this essential oil, it is released or it is first produced in the cells, and the specific type of cell, these are known as parenchyma cells, which are held in the microscopic protective sacs. These parenchyma cells release this essential oil, and due to combination of this heated steam and the gentle pressure, as there is a steam, the pressure must be the pressure is always low, means with the help of this gentle pressure and this hot steam causes the essential oil to be released from these microscopic sacs, means from the parenchyma cells. The steam distillation always implement the low pressure steam, which allows to release this essential oil. Then the vapors of this essential oil and the vapors of water, means as the source is natural source or it is the plant material, the water is always present in that, means there is a combination of two types of vapors. The vapors of plant material, means vapors of essential oil, and the vapors of water, means water vapors and essential oil vapors. These are produced due to steam distillation, and then which enter into the condenser or cooling system. Due to this cooling system, they again get condensed into this liquid, and this liquid is allowed to collect into the receiver or beaker. This you will get, it will become easy from this figure which is shown in the next slide.